That who do you think that is a consistent attendee at 2K Community Day would be willing to do what he did? Would be willing to tell 2K to their face on wax, I will never partner with you again unless we have these things changed. But no, they'll go to Community Day, they'll sit there and they'll talk all this about how great the game is, sitting there talking all that, working towards their next Community Day invite, just to complain about the fame 4 months later. Man, don't get me started with these no. They get home and complain, yo, that's a fact. They're scared, yo. They'll sit there, they'll go to Community Day, they'll get the exclusivity to all this Community Day content, put it on their channel, rave about how good this game is, and just complain about the game 3, 4, 5 months later. Because on this update broke the game, and get the fuck out of here, you could have told these you was there.
Y'all think Buddy talking facts? What do y'all think, man?
This is the thing that really irked me the most about this video. We just watched this video. 9 minutes. This dude made a video for 9 minutes and said no. And that irked me because I'm like, I seen Bordeaux's video. We've all by now seen Bordeaux's video when it came to college football. It had way more energy. It was actually doing a call to action in their space. And that's what people rallied behind. And he put his partnership on the fine. He said, yo, I will never work with EA ever again because of what I'm seeing happen to my community, the community that I love, the community that clicks on my videos, that reposts my stuff, share my stuff, comment. I don't like what y'all are doing in my community and the game that I love. I can't be a part of this. I can't partner with you anymore. Joe Knows is pretty much the same. Actually, Joe Knows is bigger than Bordeaux in the 2K community. He has 1.1 million subscribers. He's bigger in the 2K community than Bordeaux is in his own community. And he just made a video 9.5 minutes of engagement farming.
We already talked about all this in my last video, call to actions, etc. If people are really about it, the simplest call to actions people could do. But I don't think anybody's gonna do that, to be honest. I think a lot of creators, they just talking, man. They not really about it. Simplest thing all the creators could do that really want to make a change, all they got to do is mobilize their community. Everything 2K posts, everything 2K stream, mobilize your thousands of viewers to comment something. Nothing in the world, no product can survive that. So if all of us pull in all these millions of views, if we mobilize our communities to always comment this every time they post something, something will happen. But you will be exiled from all that stuff. You cannot mobilize. Anytime they post, lower VC prices. Keep mobilizing your community to do that. Game too expensive. Things like that. And just spam it everywhere. No product can survive with that. Even if people are still spending money, just imagine they post something and it's already bad under their comments, right? Now imagine that times 100. And then all the other big news outlets will cover it. It'll turn off potential people, reoccurring people, inspire other people to do several things. This is the easiest way, but not about it. But hey, apparently we got a playtester that is saying all the pictures that 2K is posting is trash. And what's really gonna happen with the park and the city? Copy paste, copy paste. Y'all be sure to like the video if y'all are getting GTA 6, man. So 2K post this image right here, 10 days to go. Y'all let me know what y'all think it is. Hacking Swan, Hacker Swan in the comments. As y'all can see, we have decoded the Matrix. Nighttime city court, caged in. They posted a lot of these images. Apparently they're just AI images that they post and that's gonna mean nothing. But as y'all can see, man, I said buff quick first step, make dribbling great again, be inspired by 2K14, 15, 16, 17, 19, or 22, Dev Swan. Immaculate 2K creating Swan. The all-knowing eye of the Swan. Y'all let me know if y'all agree. 26 was hella slow, 25 was hella slow, 24 was hella slow, 23 was hella slow. And guys, I've also said buff defense, okay? It's okay, guys.
Okay, because with the city, we haven't seen a countdown, and everybody's been like, oh, what could this be? What could that be? And to be honest with you, I don't think it really means much. I'm just keeping it a stack. It's not like how it was last year where they actually had a rollout and they had that beautiful mural where they had all different types of stuff. And you know, they had a broken glass, shard of glass and stuff. And we all talked about Daryl Dawkins and we thought that was going to mean something.
And it meant nothing.
There was a little hints inside of that.
The
but
games.
That was, basically, there was nothing really we got out of it, right? We basically got stuff that we already knew we were going to get. I feel like these countdowns are basically AI generated pictures in the background.
Damn.
I'm just gonna keep it a stack. I feel like they're just AI generated images with the countdown. I don't feel like there's anything in that at all. They have no value. They mean nothing. Is that lazy? Yeah, it's lazy, right?
Damn, 2K, y'all letting Nephew Mortal talk about y'all like that. You got stocks in the company or something?
But just look at the countdown. Look at the images in the background. They're AI generated. They are definitely AI generated. You cannot say that they're not. I mean, like, where do you think you see these things at, right? Yeah, they could be a park, a generalized park. right? But I hear people talking about Rucker Park and all that type of sort. And the fact is that no, it's not happening, right?
Damn.
And the reason why you're not going to see Linus beaches and the Rucker Parks or, you know, the parks in Chicago, whatever it is, because that actually costs money, and 2K ain't kind of trying to pay those type of licensing fees. I can tell you that right now. 2K is a money machine, and they're not really looking to try to spend any more money to eat at that overhead. If you understand what I'm saying, why spend all that type of money on getting those licenses from Venice Beach when they can just keep rotating the park, right? They can just give us Sunset, give us Rivet, right? Now, would we like to see something different? Of course, but at the end of the day, there's no motivation for 2K to sit there and do that. Right?
Oh,
they have generate images for the countdown. Do I expect the city to be different?
That's crazy. That's crazy. They posting all these images and they don't mean nothing. That's dirty. Has anyone other company ever did something? Posted a bunch of images that just for a countdown that don't even lead to, don't even hint off nothing? That's kind of crazy.
Minor changes. 2K has a playbook where they're just going to keep rolling out the same thing when it comes to the city because nobody is seeing any type of changes in revenue to make it seem like they need to do anything different. Right? That's just the cold, hard truth. That's the cold, hard facts. And, you know, I'm not about to say like, oh, this is about to be a brand new city. No, they might refresh it to something different, right? But it's still going to be the same little city. Run around, you can see the top legend. You got the NBA store. You got Nike store. You got the 2K League store. You got, you know, that type of stuff, right? You got your Pro-Am, your Ante-Up. That's basically what it is. They're going to, you know, they're going to have the bikes, all the little transportation little pieces. You got to pay money for that. But it's going to be the same script because if it ain't broke, why fix it? When I say it ain't broke, meaning that if they're still seeing growth every year over year, why change the city? Why do anything differently? People have been saying about the stage and theater, and there's so many different things that I would love to see differently. But from what I've been feeling and what I've been seeing over the past couple of years is that stage and theater, even though they have a really good mass appeal, what 2K really cares about is really just how we can get individuals to make more builds and get excited about making builds, because that's where the money's at, in the build, making the builds. Why not just take the city out? You see what I'm saying? Because if you take the city out, that's less bandwidth that you need to focus on, right? When I say less bandwidth, meaning that those developers that are focusing on making a city, then they can go to something different and figuring out how we can get a different theater, how we can have a rotated theater with generic sceneries. See, I'd rather have a matchmaking setup to where every time I load up with my squad or solos, I'm not playing in what you see in the background right there. This is like, look at the walls. Generic people standing around in the court. This is what we've been getting for years, right? But 2K doesn't have really much of an incentive to change that because at the end of the day, all we really truly care about as a consumer base, when I say this, I'm talking about numbers. I'm not talking about how you genuinely feel, but I'm talking about numbers. It's just the builds and the builder and how our builds play. Because 2K has not changed anything visually, right? We get the same thing theater. They change the same thing in the stage. They change the same thing in the park. They're bringing back, you know, stuff from 10 years ago and stuff. And we get excited about that. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, bro, I be getting people's point when they be talking about people only care about this and that. But if you actually talk to people, you see how they feel. Right? We can't see the alternate reality where when they change things, how much more money they would make. And it's just common sense to see that. Even though they keep breaking records every year, first off, they're doing a lot of genjutsu tactics, different marketing strategies, making it free, all this and that. And once you make it free, you get people in the loop. There's all different type of cap breaker tactics that wasn't in the previous game, different monetization tactics that weren't in the previous game, and they improve upon that every year. That's why they keep breaking records. You see, numbers are fake, guys. They say numbers don't lie when they don't, when they actually do. There's always context within numbers. Numbers can be manipulated to the highest degree. Plus, this is a growing sport. NBA, one of the most popular sports ever. It's an endless cycle. That don't mean people are happy because they're partaking in it. They love basketball. No other game has the aspects that 2K has. So of course, it's gonna get bought, played. Then there's a community that people are enticed with. Even though they have their issues with it, they have things they like and love. So it's like, you can't really see the truth of what's happening with 2K if they insert a new tactic to break the records. Like, if they insert so many more cap breaker methods, it's gonna break this 2K's record, even if people are way more dissatisfied, because now there's more methods of the people who are spending bread for them to spend even more bread, to squeeze the limit even harder, and just for users that are just getting on the game to squeeze them even harder. That don't mean people, you see, there's a lot of nuance, there's a lot of stuff people aren't thinking about. But yeah, you compare 2Ks that have all the same tactics when they don't have all the same tactics. Just like with album sales, now they doing all these roll-ups, a different era, streaming era. You can't just compare things. There's a lot of nuance within things.
I know at first it was nostalgia, but after a while it gets burnt out because then we realized, wait a minute, so for 9 seasons, they're just rotating 4 parks. That's it. That's all you got. You see what I'm saying? So the reality is this, guys, and then I don't want to be long-winded with this. The city still is going to be the same size.
It's really it wasn't about the parks. The parks are peak. The gameplay was horrible. the cheating, it just made people not be enticed to play the game. If the cheating was fixed dramatically, then people would be playing the park way more and be way more excited times 200. There's literally people who are always park players not even playing the park at all, scared to go just because of the cheaters.
They keep on making the city smaller and smaller because they're phasing out that part of the game because it's not really much of a money-making machine for them. What's the money-making machine for them is the microtransactions that you get from making your builds, okay? The theater, the stage, starter 5, rec, all those still gonna be the same. I'm telling you right now, uniforms, I saw jokes and stuff about people were like, yo, like they love blue, right? Let's have uniforms, basic generic uniforms, right? Because the transactional sheet, what they're looking at says that they don't really care about this. I mean, we might get some pushback on Twitter and on Reddit, but really they just care about the builds. We care about the builds because that's where we're making the money at. So let's keep that the same. So what I believe is, don't be surprised if you see the same cut and paste with rinse and repeat with the same type of setups. Don't expect a crazy theater setup where you got different venues and stuff, right? It's going to be the same theater. It's going to be the same stage, the same city. And you know, reality is that's really much what we've asked for. Because if we really wanted something differently, we would push back. But we ain't pushing back. We're still throwing lots and lots of money and making those builds.
You got Dirk saying, seeing all this microtransaction talk and trying to say 2K content creators should do it is funny. 2K has a stranglehold on the creators. They come out and try to boycott, buy community day, buy a logo, by having your build feature. Much for creators to lose. I brought this up. Sounds like creators needed sacrifice. Had a lot to lose too, did he? I don't know. I'm not familiar with none of that stuff. Had a lot on the line as well. Chose a community that's behind them. 2K knows they won't stand for anything. Basically, they're broke and care way too much about money. Noted. Maybe that's why I never watch anyone but Flight. Got Wavy saying, you're not disciplined enough to follow suit. Only the Play Now and MyNBA communities are strong. They not about nothing. They don't even have the option to spend bread. You know, it's a completely different situation. You can't go play on no low build. You gotta either stay in my career for hella hours and no life. That's what a lot of people be lying about. Acting like they not no life, and you have to literally no life. To upgrade your build, you're not gonna be playing for weeks, especially if you're a normal person. And who wants to do that? Going online, you get cooked, you pressured, all this and that. Can't hoop with your friends. You go online trying to play on a low build, you're getting fried. Pay to win. It's a sick. Okay, so we see people commenting about this image. They are flaming the game. Flaming the game. Flaming the game. Flaming the game. But people be like, you know, they say people are content with the game just because it's breaking records and things like that. Very weird. You know, I don't think these guys, is this not a thing? Most of these guys are not mobilized from creators. This is just real feedback. Now imagine if all creators are mobilizing their audience to do something, right? Push a message, flame it. So apparently this image is taken in Ukraine. So this could be some worldwide my career stuff, but I mean, Nephew Mortal saying that it's just cat. Y'all can act like you're not excited if you want to. Are people acting like they're not excited? I think a lot of people aren't excited. I'm not excited. I think there's a lot of people not excited. Been done bad so much. A lot of people who don't end up liking 2K, they either barely play it or don't play it. For some reason, there's this rhetoric out there that people are playing the game nonstop that they dislike, which isn't true. Play way less, barely touch the game, don't try, spend way less money. Y'all be sure to join my Discord for them NBA 2K27 leaks and hype up the video, man.
But hey, here we go again. Yeah, here we go again. People talking this, but when this hit the fan, everything I'm at made me. Now break it down. Yo, off the top of the dome.